Yo, yo, what is good? It is Thursday, the 5th of November here in Tokyo. What's up, Spritzer? Thank you for joining. Welcome to episode 8 of Player Life. I'm just out here. Today I want to talk about post-wall women or women that have hit the wall. Maybe something a little bit different from the election, but life goes on. No matter who is president of the United States, life will have to go on. But on another note, I need to see a dentist. I thought I had the bear bug for a while. I had swollen glands, and I thought I caught the bear bug, but it turns out it is the wisdom teeth, because I have all that wisdom, dropping all this wisdom, and my wisdom teeth have started to swell up. It's nasty. I don't know. I have to book a dentist. I need to see a dentist, but I don't know. I'm not looking forward to getting my wisdom teeth removed. That is not going to be fun. I tried to book an appointment today and they're all booked out. That's the worst thing about living in such a big city like Tokyo. You have to book everything in advance, and it's like just drives me nuts sometimes. My jaw is going to be fucking falling off me by the time I get to see a dentist. But no fun whatsoever. But we'll struggle on hardcore, coming on live anyway. Even though my tooth is fucking popping through my gum. God damn. So that's just my struggle anyway. But it is what it is. So today I was just I just come up with these ideas about what to talk about, throughout the day. And I'm doing my thing. I'm using I'm always messaging women, and one thing I just thought was interesting today is how these women, as they get older, their standards increase, and I've just noticed it for a long time. Especially when women are hitting that 30 year mark, when they're around 30 years old, and it's just interesting, because one girl today in particular who I was messaging, really reminded me of it, how interesting it is how women's standards increase as they get older, when it should be the opposite way around. It's like hypergamy doesn't care, What's up, Harry? All right, do me a favor, guys, and hit the like button. If you're watching this show, hit the like button just to get those likes up. It's good for the algorithm. I'll just share this stream on the Insta feed too. Let me get this. But these women, it's just highly delusional. There's a lot of delusion going on. Cheers, Harry. Yeah, but so I'll talk about an example in a bit, just after I share this. So I'm doing my thing. a woman can be, she can hit the wall. I mean, she can be well past her prime. I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with the term hitting the wall. If you're not, it means it's when a woman reaches a point. She reaches, let's just say, she's past her peak. She is slammed into her peak, and she's on the downside. She's well into her downside. She's past it. She's past it. She's over the hump. She's on her way down. Her physical beauty is in the past, never to return. It doesn't mean they can't be good looking. They can definitely still be good looking. Women can be good looking well into, late 30s, even 40s. They get into that MILF territory. A lot of guys have like MILF, they're into MILFs. I still appreciate a good MILF. But the thing is, that's, they're, even though their peak is, decades ago. I mean, it's still, even if you can appreciate a beautiful, MILF, you still understand that, yeah, she was much more beautiful when she was 21 years old. Um, but the thing is, these days, women don't understand. Like, women just do not understand male nature. They don't get it, and these this world we live in, these modern, this digital age, doesn't help women at all. It doesn't. Women don't understand the difference between dating material and banging material. So almost every woman is banging material. A woman could be a 3 on the 1 to 10 scale. She could be a 3, and she would be able to go on a dating app and be get laid like that, and she's a 3. Um, so this confuses women. Like, they don't understand how it's so easy to get laid, but how none of these guys stick around. And what they don't understand is that these guys aren't sticking around because she's a 3. And it's in our nature as men to want to spread the seed. And I've been there. I'm not gonna say I've gone down to a 3, but I've gone down. I'm a dirty dog. Let's just say I've punched below my weight. Um, I think, I'm not ashamed to say it. It is what it is. I've punched up, I've punched down. I've done all sorts, but I know guys, and guys will, when the time comes, if there's nothing else going, if it's 2 a.m. in the bar, and they've had a few drinks. A lot of guys won't admit it, but they'll punch real far down. A lot of guys will. I've seen it. I've done it myself. It's not something I do these days, but in the past, it's definitely something that I've done. And but so this confuses females, because as they get older, they think, because they've had the Chads, they've had the Tyrones, they've experienced having intimacy. Let's just say intimacy, the polite word, because I know I'm getting crushed by this by YouTube. I don't know that all my streams get flagged. I have to appeal them all. I don't know. It's the language I'm using. Dropping too many red pills. But these let's just say these below average women, you know, um, anywhere on the scale from 1 to 10, they've it's easy for them to experience having being intimate with very good looking men, handsome men. Because even handsome men will punch down, and some handsome men don't even know that they're handsome. They're just And so these women think that they're able to date. They'll be able to snag, tie down uh, one of these, high value men or good looking men, but it's very delusional. It's very delusional because, like I said, there is such a world of difference between intimacy, getting intimate, the polite, banging, and a relationship. It's worlds apart. I mean, there's women I've been intimate with, and you could pay me, I don't know, you could pay me a lot of money, and I'm never gonna date them. That's just the cold hard truth. That's just a fact. We all have needs. Sometimes we just gotta bust a nut. you know, I'm not. I'm. They're just. But with online dating, especially women do not get it, and you know, even the women that are average or a little above average or well above average, same thing applies to them. They don't get it either because the same thing goes. It's very sex is extremely accessible for them. They can have you know they can get laid on with the tap of a button, like instant. Like they just download a dating app, upload some crap. They don't even have to be flattering pictures. That's the funny thing. Like these women, they don't even have to post like good. They don't have to have any game. Like as guys, when we use online dating, we have to have game. We have to understand how online dating works and post, all these pictures that make us look good, and we have to care about the what we say in the profile. Everything matters for guys. But literally, a woman could literally just post the crappiest, like most unflattering, shitty selfie, and she will have like endless matches. Like, because guys are dogs. Like, it's just in our nature, and it's I mean, guys are all we're part of the problem. So we also like we criticize women for but we contribute to the problem by our nature, by the way we like everything and just want to we want to spread the seed. But we both feed women, women feed into the fire, but men feed into the fire as well. So it is what it is. But today is just I was using a dating app, and it was a while ago. It was Bumble, and I swipe right on a lot of women, even not necessarily women that I would you know that I would even maybe want to meet, but I just do it out of curiosity. This one, she wasn't really like she was an average. I'd say I'd say she's around what would I say? I would say a six. I would say a six, but she was post wall, or like she's heading up there. She's like, I can't even. She's around the 30 mark, and I swiped right on her, and she was mixed Asian and African, and she had a nice shape. I mean, I once I see a nice shape, I'm gonna like it. I'm just gonna like it. She had a really nice shape. I mean, not bad, like, but you know, but so I got what I always do is I always get off the dating app as soon as possible, uh, especially on something like Bumble. Here's a little tip: any guys who are using Bumble, be sure to try and get them off the app, and then as soon as you get them on another messenger, delete them from the from the dating app as soon as possible, because these women can report you if you say one thing astray or whatever, these women can report you immediately. That's the thing with online dating. You really can't really. That's why I don't love online dating by any means. I just do it as part of the course. But um, the thing is, you can't. You have to be. I don't want to say simp, like, because it's not simping, but you just have to. I'm a minimalist when it comes to online. I try and say as little as possible. I'm trying to, because these women, if they don't like anything that you say, they'll they'll either report you or they'll just unmatch you, or delete you. You kind of have. I don't definitely don't simp, but I just don't say much. I'm just trying to arrange the meeting. Like, I sometimes they try and prolong the conversation, and I'm always trying to steer it towards, like, trying to get a date, trying to meet, because once you bring your game, once you meet them on a date, you can say anything. You can bring your game, and but before you meet them, you have to kind of tone it down. You just, like I say, I'm a minimalist. I don't get into long form conversations usually, unless like today I did, just because I just wanted, I was this chick. She's giving me the runaround basically. I don't think I'm gonna meet her, and I'm not really that pushed if I do or not. But it was some good material for talking about on a show like this. But this was just one of the girls, straight from MLD, that I tried to invite straight from Bumble to MLD's Halloween party, and so she didn't come basically, but she hit me up today and said, "How was the party?" And I sent her. I just sent her this. I sent her this video. So that was part of the party. So I was like, "Yo, you missed a good party." And yo, what's up, Winston? Yeah. So she, yeah, I sent that video, and I was like, it was lit, to be honest. And then she said, "Haha, glad you had a great time, love." I said, "Can you twerk, by the way?" And she said, because she's Blasian, I bet she can, but then she said, "Well, it depends on what you call twerking." I said, "Clapping your juicy cheeks together, LOL." She says, "LOL." I say, "Feel free to send videos, wink, wink." Um, and then she says, "Haha, you're so playful." And then she says, "It's a shame that chapter has closed for me." Bear in mind, this girl is around 30. I think she's 30. I can't remember, because I always delete, like I said, I always delete them off Bumble. Just, because I've had my accounts deleted, and my Bumble before, over not even doing anything too bad. Like I said, these women can report you, and they will, Bumble will just delete your account. It's ridiculous. Um, Victor says, "How do you avoid being put in the BF category?" Well, I'll address that after I go through these messages. But so she says it's a shame that chapter has closed for me. So that's interesting, because she is saying that she used to do stuff like that. So back in her party years, now she's up post wall, certainly post wall, or she's hitting the wall. She's 30 years old. She's well past her prime. Women, guys disagree, but for me, a woman The woman goes down. Most 99% of women go downhill after 21. 21, I think, is the perfect age. There's a brand called Forever 21. The reason being because they really reach their peak physically, and in terms of at 21, a woman is usually knows how to use makeup, and she understands how to take care of her body. If the, even you know, you could even say younger. You could say a 19-year-old would have even be better looking. But the thing about a 19-year old, they wouldn't have their makeup and their fashion really down pat. But once they get around 21, so for me, I think 21 is like, a woman is actually at her peak, like literally. And biologically speaking, women are at their peak, they're at their most fertile around that age, if I am correct, and I believe I am. They're the most fertile. It's the easiest for them to conceive around that age, and it's it's when they are the most attractive to us men. Um, so she says it's a shame that chapter has closed for me. So I say, so you're looking for a relationship, and then she says, yeah, I've been tired of the games. Want a family and someone who loves me. So it's just okay. So she's saying, this that kind of part of her life is over, and now she wants the family and someone to love her. So she's messaging me, she obviously thinks maybe I'm some kind of maybe I could be a boyfriend to her, but she doesn't know I'm not a simp. So I'm not gonna, I would never, I'm never gonna settle for someone who is has done this stuff in the past and is now like, trying to make me, give me the, sloppy whatever. The thing is, I don't mind if a girl has had a crazy past, but the thing that I mind is if I'm not getting a part of that craziness, if I'm coming into her, mature years when she doesn't do she doesn't do this, that, and the other, and she says, I think it's cruel how we were created. Do you know how long it takes to break in and tame a man? How could life be so cruel to make us mature faster? And I say, it should be the other way around. As you want to lock down a man, you become less appealing. I said, no women seem to get this, and they wonder why it's so hard to find a man. I'm just trying to get some like interesting material out of her, because I'm not really interested in meeting this chick, because she's kind of playing hard to get, and she's not really good enough to play hard to get. So um she says, it's not hard to find a man. Men are everywhere. It's hard to find the right man. And I say, that's obvious. But what you don't understand is that you can't give away your best to guys in your prime and expect to lock down the right man when you offer less. Of course, I'm speaking, in terms sexually. If they're going to get more boring as they get older, if they're going to, they're crazy, they do all the wild things in their party years. And then when she wants to settle down, she's going to be all prude and, not, be up for having a good time. How women don't understand that men don't work, men don't, high value guys aren't going to, why would a guy settle for a girl that has hit the wall and is less exciting, is less up for it, when he can have a 22-year-old girl that won't have any of these preconditions to intimacy? Um, then I said, so she said, I replied to her, I quoted and replied to her when she said, it's a shame this chapter has closed for me. I replied and said, this implies that you used to do this before. You used to do this kind of thing before. And then she replies to me and says, absolutely. So she says she absolutely used to do this kind of twerking and um, sexting and these kinds of things before. And then she asked me, "Have you ever been in a serious relationship or been in love?" And I said, "Yes, I have, but it definitely wasn't with girls that held anything back." So anytime I've gotten into a relationship with a girl, it's been with girls that never had any preconditions or made me work for anything. Um, this is not the Australian girl. This the Australian girl was the girl twerking in the video that I sent. This is a different girl that I invited to the party that didn't come, Victor. And she asked me how the party was, and I sent her the video of the Australian girl twerking to show her the party. And this is the messages. These are the messages that ensued after. Um, so that's honestly, I've never negotiated. Definitely, I've never negotiated for sex with a girl. Like it's always been any girl that I've dated that I've actually been in a relationship. It's sex has happened on the first or second date. It wasn't like, oh, I'm not gonna sleep with you on the first night. It was just it happened naturally. There was no conditions. It was, I would never put up with that. You never get into negotiating. You can't negotiate through desire. If you're negotiating, and this girl is kind of, this essentially she's negotiating, like she's saying, that she's laying down these preconditions, and I'm never going to tolerate that, especially when they're post wall. But she, so I said, you know, she replies and said, this is interesting. Can you break this down more for me? So, I'm just gonna school her because I'm trying to get, I'm just, trying to get some good information out of her to prove to you guys how these girls, like, they're so deluded. Understand. They don't understand the different, like, you know, I'll give you a good analogy in a bit, and I gave her one. So I say, guys from puberty until the day we die are interested in sex. We don't mature out of sex, given we are reasonably healthy. A 60-year-old man likes 20-year-old pussy just as much as another 20-year-old guy likes it. So, like, as guys, we're dogs. Like, we don't grow out of liking women, like young, beautiful women. And so when girls say that they are past the raunchy fun stuff, like such as sexting, etc., you think that makes us guys go, "Oh, damn, this chick is the one." Like, um, it's so diluted. By the way, anyway, so that's just how I replied to her, and so then she went into this big ass rant. Um, just they're just so confused. I'll read it out. So she says, "I asked you to break it down for me so I could see if you understand what I meant. LOL. I'm not offended because you aren't talking about me. I absolutely was talking about her. Who the hell does she think I'm talking about? Of course I'm talking about her. I don't know what she's talking about." And then she says, "I've never been the type to touch myself ever on cam. Now I just prefer to." No, she says, sorry. Actually, the truth is, I've never been the type to send nudes, ever. But I was the type to touch myself, etc., over cam. Well, that's the same thing as sending nudes. I don't understand how she thinks that's different from sending nudes. She says, "I've never been the type to send nudes, but I was the type to touch myself over cam." really like, I don't know, this logic doesn't apply. And now she said, now I just prefer to do all that in person if I want it. You can't ever pressure a grown woman into doing anything for you. Same way I can't pressure you or no other man into wanting to settle down. By the way, I'm not pressuring anyone. I'm just explaining to her that you can't, if you want, if you're gonna say you did this in the past and then you're not gonna do it now for a guy that you want to settle down with, that's like it's gonna be harder to get guys. I mean, there's no pressure. I don't care. Um, I am comfortable with what I want. People settle down all the time, so it's possible. That's the kind of love I'm ready for now. If I want a fling, I will have it, but ultimately, that's not my goal now. Yeah, that's not your goal. I mean, you're trying to, get a high value man for your depreciating assets, which is your sexuality, your physicality. Um, because ultimately, if you don't have the physicality, you're not going to be able to attract a high value guy. Personality is definitely very important for long term, but if you don't have the package at the start, you know, you know, you're not going to get a really high value guy. Um, personality is very important if you want to keep a guy, but um, you know, never said I don't like to have sex or fun. It's just my taste is to do it with my boyfriend. Calling it boring, but it's just where I'm at. You are free to live your life as you please. Looks like you are enjoying yourself. Uh, you know, it's fun to talk about these things with you. Been a while. I usually talk to girls about other guys. So she even admits she usually talks to girls. Like she's getting her information from other girls, probably her same age. And these girls are in an echo chamber, and they're not listening to, like, she should be, I'm giving her solid advice here, like, because I don't really care about meeting her, but she doesn't understand it. She doesn't listen. She's not listening to it. First of all, she thinks I'm not talking about her. Who else does she think I'm talking about her? Like, I'm messaging her. Like, I'm obviously talking about her. Um, what's up, Miguel? Uh, yeah. So I just wrote this final thing to her, and then uh, so I said, it's with girls I've noticed over 30. I can understand why they want to prioritize settling down, but it's definitely a trend and it's something women really miss the mark on. Especially women become more prude as they get older, when in reality, if they want to lock down a guy, it is not the smartest game plan. You may get a guy, but it will be a weak simp that you will end up with hating because he probably had no other options. No good quality guy would settle for a chick that is less playful, especially when the same girl was playful with other guys in the past. When he can have a 24 year old that will just go with the flow and not have any conditions surrounding sex or intimacy. You know, the thing about younger women is they're not as jaded. They haven't had their heart broken as many times. They haven't been dicked down as many times. They're just more positive about life. So they'll be more open. They won't put down all these conditions surrounding having sex. You won't have It's just odd how these women, as their assets depreciate, their their standards and conditions increase. It's like it just doesn't work like that. So I gave her an analogy to try and help her understand, because she can't put two and two together. I'm telling her the cold hard truth here, and she just doesn't understand it. So I said, what I'm saying is that as women get older, they set stricter conditions for intimacy than they did when they were in their 20s, all the while trying to make a guy fall in love with them and settle for them. It's like me going into a car dealership and seeing a brand new Ferrari get sold for 10 grand to some guy. Then I say to the salesman, I'll have the same thing, thanks. He says, no, sorry. I have a nice second-hand Toyota with 100,000 miles on it. I'll give it to you for an absolute bargain of 100 grand. I would obviously say, hey, I want the brand new Ferrari too. It's a way better car, and the price you sold it to the last guy was way cheaper. I'll take my money elsewhere. Peace out. And I'm gonna leave it. If she doesn't understand that analogy, you know, she's it's just but that's a good analogy to one of the car dealership. You know, it's like these women think that they can sell themselves for such a higher price, but you're not getting a good deal. You're getting the Toyota with 100,000 miles on it, and like you've to pay way more money. Why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. As a rational man, why would we do this? We're not going to do it. Like the crazy thing is, simps will do it. A lot of guys will do it, but these guys end up hating their lives. They get a bad deal. But guys like us, guys in this chat, guys in this group, we're all aware of this. We are not ever going to fall for these kind of traps. But we know that we can get the Ferrari for $10,000, a brand new Ferrari for $10,000, while these women, these post-war women, are thinking that they can sell us a Toyota with 100,000 miles on it for it's wild stuff. The delusion is real thick and heavy with these women. It's kind of shocking, But this is only one example. I could pull up, a lot of it. If I rooted through my phone, I'd find, like I said, I don't usually do this. I don't usually get bogged down, but it can be good material to talk about. Miguel says, nowadays chicks are delirious because all of the simps giving them attention. Also, high value dudes on Tinder fuck him and dump him, and they feel they can get the caliber of guy that they deserve them. Yeah, Miguel, that's spot on, 100%. And that's exactly what I was saying at the start of this stream, is that these women, they don't understand the difference between dateability and bangability. There's a massive difference. Like guys like the Chaz, the Tyrones, these guys like us, guys like me, to be quite honest, I'll punch down occasionally. I'll admit it, hands up in the air. I've done it. I'll probably do it again in the future. You know, but there's no way I'm gonna date a lot of these girls. It's just I'll take it when it comes. If the roster is looking a bit empty, sometimes I'll get on the dating app and I'll take someone that's maybe I definitely wouldn't date, but they'll do for a bit of fun, and these women don't understand that. So that's why these online dating apps skew the marketplace. For in the past, women had to be more based. They had to accept. People were more aware of their real sexual market value. Like a guy that's a 5 would get a girl that's a 5. A guy that's a 6 would get a girl that's a 6, and so on. A guy that's a 10 would get a girl that's a 10, and But it's always been a bit different for guys because there's a lot more to it than for guys, because we have the 3 pillars. You have money, muscles, and game. So I mean, if you're if you're an absolute um, alpha dude that it has his multimillionaire, you can get a 10. Because guys can make up for other aspects that they're lacking in. So if you're not the best looking dude, but your attitude is real alpha and you're successful and you're just a fucking awesome dude, you're going to be able to get a 10, you know. Whereas a girl that is 3, like, or in terms of looks, but she's a 10 in terms of her success, her career, or whatever. She's not. It doesn't matter because guys don't care about the career of a woman. They don't. They're not. Guys aren't gonna marry a woman just because she has this awesome career. Some guys might, but it's not. It's a different. They'd be really snaky, and they'd only be in it for the money. So what I'm saying is a guy that's a 10, a really handsome 10, is never going to marry a 3 for her career. It's not going to happen. It's a rare case. I'm sure it does. Some guys would try and maybe milk, if there's a really successful 3 and she's a millionaire, some sneaky guys might try and sneak in there and try and get some money out of it. But guys aren't usually the ones that are doing the gold digging. Let's just say that. But it's women are genuinely attracted to guys that have their money situation. Like, so, gold digging is a thing. And gold digging is weird because women can actually be, like, if you're a really successful guy and, and you're killing it in your business or whatever, that's really attractive to a woman. And of course she's attracted to the money, but she's also attracted to the man because he's able to, it's attractive that he's successful. So guys have it good, to be honest, because guys can make up for things. If you're a really good looking guy and you're shit at everything else, you're still gonna get, and you have a little bit of game, you're still gonna be able to get, you're never gonna be stuck for sex. Let's see. Yeah, Miguel says the global sexual marketplace. Yep, the global sexual marketplace. Know your worth says good day all. Mac, Harry, Brent, Miguel, Victor, Winston, all the boys, all the men in here. Good stuff. Harry says only broke guys care about her career or family money. Yeah, like you're at 90% of guys do not care about like a chick's money. Guys don't marry. Guys don't like. Oh my god, what does she do? What's her career? Guys don't care. Like, I've never heard a guy talk like that. Oh my god, look at that. I wonder what she does. Oh, I wonder what her career is. But girls, like, they're in their groups. They'll be like, oh, he's like, I wonder what he does. I wonder, like, is he a lawyer or is he he looks super rich. Like, there's a thing in Tokyo where Japanese girls will they'll ask guys like for their business cards because they want to see what they do, how much they earn. Tokyo is so status oriented. It's quite sickening, but it is what it is. Tokyo is if you have the money, but it's amazing. So occasionally I'll hit on a girl and she'll I'll try and exchange contacts, and she'll ask me for my business card, and that's because they want to know what I do. They want to know how much I'm worth. I want to see if I'm a lawyer or fucking what kind of job I have. But that's only ever happened to me in Japan. But business cards here in are part of Japanese culture. Everyone has business cards. I should get ones made, but I don't have one right now. But almost every Japanese dude would have a business card, even no matter what kind of job he does. He has a business card. So Yeah, they're just really kind of status orientated. You often see like super tens in Tokyo, like stunningly gorgeous women that would literally, these women were walking around a Western country, they would be such like head turners. Like they would be like, they're like supermodels. But here there's just so many of them. Like they're still head turners, but it's not that big a deal because there's just so many of them here. But if you took them out of Japan and you put them into like a Western country, they would like guys with jaws would hit it because they're so stylish and they're so elegant and beautiful. But they would stand out in a Western country so much because Japanese girls tend to it's normal to see it now. I'm used to it, but they dress so they dress up like really fancy just daily like and I mean if a Western woman did that, you'd be like, what's on? Are you going? Is it an event or something? You know what I mean? But is there? Are you going to a wedding? Are you going? Is there like a do you have a whatever a birthday party? But here, no, it's just how I dress. That's just how women present themselves. They always want to. They take pride in how they look. And it is. It is kind of there's definitely a big difference in culture, and that goes for the wall, like hitting the wall, like that goes same thing. um Women around the world are all the same, but it varies to degree, and Western women are much more deluded um than Japanese women, I'd say. Like Japanese women, they're still this definitely still deluded. Like they're just females, and they're part of the 2020 sexual marketplace. But uh, Japanese women will be much more aware of their value, of their declining value as they age. Japanese women are very based. Just Japan in general is kind of based, but still deluded. There's still women. They're still on these dating apps. They still think that they're gonna, um, be able to score, you know, top top notch dude, even though they're post wall. And it's just wishful thinking, really, because the harsh reality is, they, yeah, Japanese men are savage in a way that their beauty standards, they're very high, and there's a thing here in what's up, MLD? Japanese women are far more down to earth. Far, 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 far more down to earth. But they're still women. Um, yeah, so they're still women at the end of the day, but um, they are just way more based. They understand. Like there's a phrase here. They call it the Christmas cake, because when a woman turns 25, like they're it's too late to get married. Well, that's what the standard is here. Obviously, in Tokyo, they're trying to push that up to 30, but still in other parts of Japan and in smaller cities, like they would call a 25. If you're 26, you're definitely you're getting on in Japan, and these women would still be gorgeous looking, still gorgeous, but still compared to when they were 21, they're past it. They're on the decline for sure. Um, some guys will argue with me, but I'm sticking to my guns. Like when a girl is 22, she's on the decline. Of course, they can still be absolutely stunningly beautiful, but they're still on the decline. Like the peak is they're coming down. Like 21 is it. Like they're getting worse, and biologically speaking too. But yeah, it's just differences. But no matter where we are in the world, and this kind of if there's dating apps in the country and they're using them, then this kind of delusion is going to be quite prevalent. And I've just come across it so much now. And it's interesting. It's like you're getting older, your value is decreasing, but you're asking for much higher price and way worse conditions. It's like signing a contract, like a really. It's basically like they're asking you to sign a really terrible contract. It's like why? Like what is this contract? Like I can go down the street and get a way better deal. Like what are you talking about? You know? Um, yeah. So it's just such a common thing for women to say that I'm past that now, or I don't do that anymore. And it's like God, like so you're admitting, like you're telling me that you used to do this, and it's just like they're so innocent. Like they think that they can. The thing is, there's so many simps out there that they think they can tell a guy openly that they used to do this, but I don't do that anymore, and you're going to have to abide by all these new rules and regulations to get some of this, like kind of shriveled, getting drier. It needs all these this conditioning, and they need to get treatment to keep it, like I don't know. It's just I just totally, I understand how the birth rates are just declining, like because let's see, quote of the day. But they're still deluded. They are definitely still deluded. That delusion is not going anywhere anytime soon. Yep. At the end of the day, Henry says they are still women, no matter where they're at. There's levels to women. There's levels. I'd say. Honestly, I'm biased because I live in Japan, but honestly, I would say Japanese women. Honestly, they're winning. They're up at the top. You gotta, I'm not simping for anyone. I'm not simping, but when I look at Western women, you know, it's just a lot worse. The delusion is far more delusional. As Bridget says, I know this near 40-year-old single mother. She sees the world through that lens. Sad, really. It is single 40-year-old women like thinking that they're like some like hot 21-year-old piece of ass. It's it's almost sometimes I see these profiles on Tinder and Bumble, and I actually think these women it's almost like they're trolling, but they're not. It's actually a real profile. These are real, you know. It's like, they'll say stuff like my three kids, they're the world to me, or they're my everything. And it's like, how is that? How are you trying to appeal to like anyone? Like what kind of, and these girls think they're gonna get some kind of CEO or some like multi-millionaire six-figure guy. They're actually thinking that they're able to get that, and they're saying like, I have my three kids are my everything. And it's like, why would a successful guy invest in a woman with three kids? It's like, if you have even the tiniest bit of game and you're not an absolute simp, you will know that the world is your oyster when you're financially successful. You could be a wreck of a man and just be like hideous, to be quite honest. You could be a hideous man, and you could have a bit of game, and you could just be really successful, and you'll have supermodels lining up for you if you have some game. It's amazing, really. But I mean, look at that creep. Remember Charlie? Was it Harvey Weinstein? He was hideous man. He was physically repulsive, and And he was banging all these you know all these supermodels and stuff, and sure enough, I mean, after one of the Me Too thing came around, he got all this got in all this trouble. But I guarantee that most of those women did all that stuff willingly. Guarantee it. Well, it's this is as old as whatever. This stuff's been going on for millennium. Um, women exchanging you know sexual services for money. I mean, the prostitution is the oldest trade in the world. But you know, yeah, it's just if you're financially successful, you'll see the real side of. Henry P says it was all transactional. Yeah, it was probably all transactional. I'd say it was because he was extremely. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'm sure some women are. Even though he is a hideous man. I'm sure some women get off to his the power dynamic. Um, I don't understand. I don't understand female attraction to men anyway because I'm a man and I'm attracted to females. I think all men are kind of hideous because I don't see the beauty in men, but um, just yeah, he obviously was an extremely rich dude, and women will they'll do anything for money. A lot of them will, and I was know your worth says Weinstein only had network and money game, but he got me too because he had no real game and looked like a toad. Yeah, he had no real game. He had power and money, and he was a hideous toad. Very, but even when even just at the weekend, Halloween night, when I was in VIP, I noticed the power dynamic when I talked about it on my previous streams, but how when I was in VIP, I was, as Trump said, he was able to, when he's famous, when you're a star, you're able to grab him by the pussy. When you're in VIP, you can just grab them and they'll come in and you can make out with them and do whatever, all consensual. And as I was saying in the previous stream, this would not be possible when if you're not in VIP, if you don't have that kind of status, because Tokyo status thing. If you're in VIP, you have a lot of money, and you know I was just like, yo, come on in, get a drink, and we pour a drink, we arms around, all good. I was 9 out of 10 would just come in, crazy. Yeah, so if you're watching this, do me a favor and hit the like button. Get those likes up. It's good for the algorithm. Helps me out. It's good stuff. But yeah, so Spritzer says locker room talk. Sure is, buddy. Welcome to the locker room talk channel. Yeah, but locker room talk, it is what it is. Know your worth says improve all aspects, money, muscles, and game, fellas. Yeah, man. The three pillars. If you money, you got your finances sorted out, you got your life, your career, do something you like, get that safety net. Muscles, muscles means fitness. As long as you're healthy, try and get, try and reach your physical peak and try and maintain it for as long as possible. When you're healthy and fit, you feel good, even if you're broke ass poor. As long as you're healthy and fit, you could actually be happy. And game, when you've game, you're getting laid. So money, muscles, and game is the perfect combination for a very happy, fulfilling life. And I'm always trying to work on all three. Because it's the key to happiness, I think. For sure. But we just have to deal with the world as it is. We're not going to change, we're not going to change female nature. We're not going to, it's all we just have to learn how to deal with it, and yeah, yeah, understand how to work it to our advantage. Um, yeah, so I think I'm probably going to call it there. Um, like I said, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I will, as usual, I will be back again tomorrow night from 9 p.m. Japanese time. Thanks for everyone uh, joining. And yeah, it was good. Good chatting. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Have a good one. Bye bye.